Welcome to this episode of Learn Psychology series. Today, we're diving into the fascinating world of social influence and group processes. Understanding how groups form, interact, and influence individual behavior is crucial for grasping how we navigate our social worlds. Let's explore how groups develop and the roles individuals play within them. Stages of group formation, according to Tuckman. Groups don't just come together randomly. They follow a pattern of development. Psychologist Bruce Tuckman identified 5 key stages that groups typically go through. These stages are forming, storming, norming, performing, and adjourning. 1. Forming. When a group first forms, there's a lot of uncertainty. Members are figuring out the group's goals and their own roles within it. Excitement and apprehension mix as everyone tries to understand how they fit in. This stage is known as forming. 2. Storming. After the initial excitement, conflicts often arise. Members might disagree on how to achieve the group's goals or who should lead. This stage, called storming, is characterized by intra-group conflict and differing opinions on roles and responsibilities. 3. Norming. As conflicts are resolved, the group starts to develop norms, shared rules and expectations. These norms help to solidify a positive group identity and establish a clear way to achieve the group's goals. This stage is known as norming. 4. Performing. By this stage, the group is well structured and focused. Members are working efficiently towards their goals, and the group's structure is accepted by everyone. This stage is called performing. 5. Adjourning. For some groups, especially those with a specific end goal like a committee, there's an additional stage called adjourning. Once the goal is achieved, the group may disband. It's important to note that not all groups follow this sequence perfectly. Some may skip stages or move back and forth. 4 important elements of group structure. As groups evolve, they develop a structure based on roles, norms, status, and cohesiveness. Let's break these down. 1. Roles. Roles are expectations about how individuals should behave in a given situation. For instance, as a son or daughter, you're expected to respect your elders and be responsible. These roles guide how we interact within the group. 2. Norms. Norms are the unspoken rules that guide behavior within a group. They represent shared beliefs and standards that members adhere to. For example, family norms might dictate how members should behave towards each other. 3. Status. Status refers to the prestige or social position of group members. This can be ascribed based on seniority or achieved through expertise or hard work. Status impacts how members are perceived and treated within the group. 4. Cohesiveness. Cohesiveness is the sense of togetherness and mutual attraction among group members. High cohesiveness leads to strong group identity and a greater desire to stay in the group. However, extreme cohesiveness can lead to groupthink, where critical thinking is compromised for harmony. Types of groups. Groups can vary greatly in terms of size, duration, and structure. Here are some key types. 1. Primary and secondary groups. Primary groups are pre-existing and include family or close friends. These groups have strong emotional bonds and play a central role in personal development. Secondary groups, like political parties, are formed by choice and have more impersonal relationships. 2. Formal and informal groups. Formal groups, such as organizations, have explicit roles and rules. Informal groups, like friend circles, form spontaneously without formal regulations. The structure of formal groups is well defined, while informal groups are more relaxed. 3. In-group and out-group. In-groups are the groups we belong to, while out-groups are those we don't. This categorization affects how we view others and can lead to biases. In-group members are often seen as similar and favorable, whereas out-group members might be perceived negatively. The minimal group paradigm experiments. The minimal group paradigm, developed by Henri Tajfel, explores the minimal conditions for intergroup behavior. In one experiment, British schoolboys were divided into groups based on their preference for paintings by 2 artists. Despite the arbitrary basis for grouping, the boys favored their own group in distributing resources. This showed how even trivial distinctions can lead to favoritism and bias. Hope you understood the topic and see you in the next one.